Hello students, welcome to your channel Matchless Mentor. I am Soma Verma, your English teacher and mentor. Today we are going to do class 11, first poem explanation. This is from the book Hornbill. This poem is written by Shirley Tolson. And here in this video you will get line-wise explanations and word meanings and poetic devices. So let's begin. So these are the first 4 lines of the poem. Let's begin. The cardboard shows me how it was when the 2 girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. Here the word paddling means walking. They were walking on the sea beach. Now here goes the explanation. In the picture you can see 3 cousin sisters. They are walking on the sea beach. In these lines the poet is looking at an old photo album which is made up of cardboard. In the picture there are 3 girls who are walking on the beach, holding each other's hands. The girl in the middle is the tallest and oldest. The other 2 girls on each side are younger than her. The girl in the middle is the poet's mother. She is around 12 years old when the picture was taken. Now these are the next lines. All 3 stood still so to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Here the word transient means short term or temporary. Now these are the explanation of those lines. In the above lines, the poet describes how the photograph was taken. Her mother's uncle took the photograph and told them to stop and pose. All 3 of them left their wet hair open and smiled at the camera. The poet's attention is drawn towards his mother's face, which is described as a sweet face. The photograph was taken long before the poet was born. The poet calls their feet terribly transient, as they were so young by then and now they had grown older. On the other hand, the sea which touched their feet has changed less. Now these are the next lines. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach, the sea holiday. Snapshot means photograph. These are the explanations of those previous lines. After 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the photograph. She would tell me to look at her cousins. Who is this her? Her here is the poet's mother, Shirley Tolson's mother. Betty and Dolly. Who are Betty and Dolly? Betty and Dolly are the cousin sisters of the poet's mothers. And how their parents would dress all 3 of them up for the beach. They would have planned to take a photograph beforehand. See in the picture you can see that these 2 women, they are laughing very joyfully. This is just to visualize what the lines mean. Now see the next lines. See the previous line. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Both wry with the labored ease of loss. Wry, W-R-Y, wry, W is silent. The meaning of this word is ironic or mocking. The poet recalls the sea holiday which was her mother's favorite moment from the past. while the poet's favorite moment from the past was her mother's laughter. Both the women would think about those past memories which they cannot live again. They tried their best to adjust to what they lost. Now, these are the next lines. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. Now the word here silences. See, the word has been repeated. So silences here, it means a complete absence of sound. See, on the top of the picture, there also it says that silences means someone has lost something very precious. So what is the explanation of these lines? Actually, these few lines are very important from this poem. So children, you must pay attention during these explanations, because these lines are very often asked in the CBSE board exam. CBSE exam. Means when you will have your class 11 final exam, there you get a lot of questions from these lines. So in the above lines, the poet says that her mother died 12 years ago, the same age her mother was in the photograph. Means the mother in the photograph was of 12 years of age, but now she has died of that same age. Means it has been over. Before 12 years she has died. So this number 12 concept has been repeated in the poem. So you should remember these things. Whenever the poet thinks of her mother's death, she cannot explain what effect she has of her mother's death. Death has silenced her mother, which has also left her speechless. So the death has silenced her mother, and her mother's death has silenced the poet. So that's why the repetition of the word silence. Now here, that's all about the poem, lines, explanations and word meanings. It's a very short poem and a very simple poem. I hope you have understood. Now these are the literary devices what you get in the poem. First of all, you get alliteration, very common literary device used. What is alliteration? Alliteration is the repetition of a consonant sound at the beginning of two or more consecutive words. The instances of alliteration in the poem are as follows. Stood still, through there, my mother's, terribly transient, silence, silences. Here I have incited many more examples. Sheep should shower in a shed. She sells by the seashore. Alliteration always appears apt. Absolutely amazing alliteration activities. Now after I finish this video, I have a small activity for you all also. You can make your own alliterations also. Okay, so like these alliterations which are all made by students only. So you should also make your own alliteration and just put it in the comment section of this video. I want each of you to write an alliteration and put it in the comment section. So in the next part you have another literary device, that is oxymoron. Now what is oxymoron? Oxymoron is a term which contradicts itself. Like here you have labored ease. See, I have given 3 examples of more oxymorons. Oxymorons are also very commonly used in English literature. See here, stop, keep moving. These are all a few more oxymorons. Clearly misunderstood. Act naturally, pretty ugly, found missing, seriously funny. Few more examples. Big baby, alone together, open secret, deafening silence, passive aggressive, clearly confused, original copy, living dead. So you should also make your own oxymorons and put it in the comment section. I want each of you to make new oxymorons so that I can make out how my students are creative. You should make your own oxymorons and alliterations and put in the comment section. Now another literary device you have over here, that is epithet. Epithet, what is epithet? Epithet is a phrase expressing a quality of a person or something, like terribly transient. What was transient over here? Transient was means the temporariness of the legs on the sea. These people whose photographs are there, that feet on the seashore was temporary. That was terrible. So the poet is here, he is expressing a quality of a person or something, like the feet on the seashore were terrible, but she tells that the transient was terrible. So this is the expressing a quality of one person to another. So that's all. Okay, so that's all for this video. I am your mentor, English teacher Soma Verma, and meet you again in my next video, Matchless Mentor. Thanks for watching, and you know what you should do. And you should always remember, think big, trust yourself, and make it happen. So you should have a lot of confidence and make happen and be successful in your life. And always remember, you should think big, trust yourself, and make it happen. Thanks for watching. Bye.